North Korea is developing the hydrogen bomb. A North Korean missile has soared to an altitude 5 times higher than the International Space Station, which makes Kim Jong-un's threats of striking the US pretty freaking scary. As we know, back on May 14th, near North Korea's east coast, Kim Jong-un watched as his rocket was fired into the stratosphere. At this time, North Korea's state media said the missile had been launched at such a high angle in consideration of the security of neighboring countries. Researchers have revealed that even though this test rocket was fired into space, the same rocket could reach states in the United States, including Alaska and Guam. It fired at the correct trajectory. And this isn't the first time Kim has fired a missile into space that's gone beyond the International Space Station. But the most recent missile signals a significant step forward in military capability. In April, Kim vowed to wipe the US off the face of the earth after claiming Donald Trump had moved chemical weapons into North Korea border as part of his wild ambition to dominate the world. A government spokesperson has said, "The Democratic People's Republic of Korea will never remain a passive onlooker to the moves of the US to provoke a biochemical war against it, but will conclude the standoff with the US, the empire of evils, by wiping it off the face of the earth." We will keep you guys up to date with this story. Hi everyone and welcome back, I'm Court McGinley. As always, we have a bunch of interesting news stories headed your way, so let's get started. Hopefully they're not as terrifying as the first one. Next, the new Trump travel ban just went into effect. Well, so much for not being scary. The product of months of legal wrangling aren't so much an outright ban as a tightening of already tough visa policies affecting citizens from 6 Muslim majority countries. Refugees are covered too. Obviously, immigration and refugee advocates are vowing to challenge these new requirements, calling them extremely restrictive and arbitrary. Under the temporary rules, citizens from 6 Muslim majority countries who already have visas will still be allowed into the US. However, people from the countries who want new visas will now have to prove a close family relationship or existing relationship with an entity like business or school in the US to get in. The travel ban is expected to have the largest impact on Iranians. Back in 2015, nearly 26,000 Iranians were allowed into the US on visitors or tourist visas. Let me know down in the comments if you guys think this travel ban is a positive or negative thing and why. Next, if you have a fidget spinner, you better watch out because apparently they're exploding. Yeah, I like how I was trying to steer away from the scary stories, and so far we've talked about a travel ban and now an exploding toy. Great. At first, fidget spinners were simple little toys used to calm people down. Then someone came up with the great idea to add LED lights, speakers, and a Bluetooth into these little guys, and guess what? Now they're exploding. In this past week alone, there were 2 cases of Bluetooth-enabled fidget spinners that exploded, one in Alabama and the other in Michigan. The fidget spinners allegedly exploded while they were charging for less than 45 minutes. So if you have a Bluetooth-enabled spinner, you might want to toss it for a regular one. I mean, they're only $5 and you know, they're not gonna explode. Next, say hello to 56 new emojis this summer. I love emojis, can't wait. This is awesome. There are more cultures now, such as a woman in a hijab, a vampire, some zombies, a giraffe, some yogis, and what we've all been waiting for, the mermaid emoji. Oh my god, yes! They're set to go live later this year. There's talk it may even be as early as this month, so fingers crossed. Next, Emilia Clarke is ready to leave Game of Thrones. HBO is looking for ways to continue the Game of Thrones phenomenon after the series completes its 8th and final season, but Emilia Clarke is ready to bring Khaleesi's story to an end. I know this probably devastates a lot of you. Game of Thrones is insanely popular and has created such a following that we don't want it to end. About this, Clarke says, "I have no doubt there will be prequels and sequels and who knows what else, but I'm doing one more season and then that will be it. It makes me emotional to think about. It's my beginning, middle, and end. The single thing that has changed me most as an adult. The upcoming 7th season will be premiering July 16th, so it's coming up really fast." About this new season, Clarke says, "It's a really interesting season in terms of some loose ends that have been tied. Some really satisfying plot points and some things where you're like, oh my god, I forgot about that." Here's a sneak peek of the trailer for the upcoming season.
I was born to rule the 7 kingdoms. And I will.
Next, a 73-year-old bullet was found inside of the hip of a World War II veteran. World War II is referred to as the deadliest conflict in human history. There were an estimated 50 to 85 million fatalities from the war that lasted from 1939 to 1945. Boltebay Kaziev from Kazakhstan is one of the survivors. And recently, the 92-year-old veteran went to his doctor after complaining about a pain in his hip. After taking an MRI scan, they decided to operate, and while doing so, they discovered a 73-year-old bullet that had been lodged into his his hip. Baltabay estimated that he was shot back in 1944 by an enemy. During the war, he served in Ukraine, where he was a specialist on a submachine gun. For his time on the battlefield, he was awarded the Order of the Red Star, and has medals commending him for his courage and for services in battle. Luckily, the operation was a success, and it only took 7 minutes to remove the bullet. Next, Nike just launched a new sneaker and ladies everywhere are freaking out. All of you who love Disney princesses, or you just like really cute sneakers in general, then you will need a pair of these in your life. Nike has just launched the Summer Shine aka Glass Slipper Air Force Ones. They were inspired by the Disney princess Cinderella. This is honestly the most laid back yet dressy piece of footwear I've ever seen. These sneakers became available on Nike.com yesterday and they will sell for $200 each. Let me know down in the comments if you plan on getting a pair. Well, there you go, that's all the stories I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.